Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Junkie for a Story. I wanted to do a quick review of Brazen, starring Alyssa Milano, that is currently popular on Netflix. So, this is the film adaptation of a Nora Roberts book, which is titled Brazen Virtue. Brazen Virtue is the second book in Nora Roberts' Sacred Sins series. Now, this book, I believe, was written in the 80s. And so they have since updated it they have modernized it so that it reflects the current technology that we have today. As far as the movie updates it. Well, yes, so this is a film adaptation, and Alyssa Milano did produce this film as well. So I just happened to catch it this weekend, and I wasn't even thinking about this movie. I don't know what made me click on it, but I did take a look, since it's not a long movie. I think it's about around an hour and a half, so it's fine. But I haven't seen too much of Alyssa Milano lately. I will say I was looking online at the reviews, and they are rather harsh to Miss Milano. So when I looked this up, I think it had it was less than 4 stars on IMDb, which I'm not sure if it's deserving of such a low score. So I'm kind of thinking this is possibly people who disagree with Milano's politics wanting to run over to IMDb to give it a low score. I could be wrong, but the score is a bit too low, so I'm wondering if it's influenced by people's opinion of Alyssa Milano. Either way, I watched it. I think so. First, I want to say Netflix is moving in on the Lifetime market and snatching up those customers, those viewers. So because it does have a Lifetime vibe to it, where it's a predictable, cozy mystery thriller movie. Like, it's not out here trying to save lives or educate, or you go into it knowing it's just a movie. It's not that deep. So that's what that is. But is it entertaining? I would say yes. I will say the acting is deliciously bad. So it's it's comical how bad the acting is, but it's still worth watching, in my opinion. So Alyssa Milano, her character, she plays Grace Miller, who is a famous crime writer, novelist. And she goes to see her sister because she senses she's in trouble in some kind of way. So she goes out there to see her sister, and then lo and behold, the sister gets killed. And the story starts from there. Now, the neighbor, her sister's neighbor, happens to be a detective. And if you know Nora Roberts, obviously this is a romantic suspense. Okay, so Grace and the detective, his name is Ed Jennings, so they have a bit of an awkward meet cute more like a meet awkward, I guess. But yeah, so they run into each other, and it's kind of weird because Alyssa Milano comes off like a insecure overachiever, but I couldn't tell if it was her acting or if she was wanting that to be portrayed in the character. I mean, it was on that line where I couldn't tell if something was wrong with the acting or if this is how you want to portray the character. So anyway, they meet, and it's they've got some chemistry, her and Detective Ed, but then bodies drop, and the story goes from there. So you're thinking it's just going to be about this dead dominatrix performer, but then at the midpoint, more bodies start dropping. So you're like, Now, I should say, Alyssa's, let me call it by her character name, but Grace, her sister, is a dominatrix performer, a no-contact dominatrix performer. She does this in the privacy and security of her own home, and she doesn't meet with anyone or anything like that. But she's a dominatrix performer, and during the day, she is a teacher. But then when the other bodies start dropping, Grace, her original assumption was that it was the ex-husband who her sister was battling with over their son, because it seems like they had a nasty divorce, and then the ex-husband took the son, and then what is her name? Kathleen. So Grace's sister, Kathleen, she found out some information about her ex-husband that she was going to use against him to try to blackmail him into giving her custody of her son. And that was right before she was killed. So then, when the other bodies start dropping, then Grace realizes, well, it doesn't really make sense that the ex-husband did it, because what about these other bodies? So then you're following that story. Now, I would say I guessed who the killer was around the midpoint, because they lay it on real thick who they want you to look at. You know how these things work. And then they do lean in heavily. I mean, they lean in heavily on the quintessential, the usual suspect, which is the spouse or the ex-spouse. But, that's just way too obvious. And then you got like a whole hour left. So is it really going to be the ex-husband? I mean, that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I mean, I had my eye on somebody, and it turns out that somebody was it. But still, getting to that point, I would say, was interesting. So your question, is it worth it to watch this film? I would say if you got an hour and a half to blow on a Sunday, sure, why not? It's not a big deal. And if you're an Alyssa Milano fan, why not? You get to see her in her dominatrix outfit. I must say, she's looking pretty good in the outfit, but boobs up and out, okay? If that works for you. And then, if that doesn't do it for you, you'll want to see it, if only to watch her plea to Captain Rivera about why she should be brought on the investigation with the detective that she is having an inappropriate relationship with. Now, obviously it's romantic suspense. So they're going to have the conflict of interest all up and down this story. So that's what they do. But the romance, it's not too heavy, but I did like it. It's cute, you know. And yeah, overall I would say sure, go ahead. Why not? But then be kind and hop on over to IMDb and help her out with those ratings because she needs help, okay? I mean, that score is so bad, it's anemic. So, yeah, give her a good review on IMDb if you liked it, I'm saying. But, yeah, I think it was a cute movie. It did what it intended to do, and I'm not mad at her. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. Just a little quick review, or not so quick. But anyway, that's my opinion. In my opinion, what I think on Brazen. I hope you liked it. Thank you for listening. Bye. So I know I just said bye, but I feel the need to add context to what I was saying earlier about the review. So I just want to go into details about that so you're not wondering what I'm talking about. On IMDb, I must say. I happened to look up the rating and I think it has less than 4 stars on there. Now, I'm not sure if that's because they don't like the movie or if it's because Alyssa Milano's enemies want to take a stab at her, and that's the only way they know to do it. So, you know, some people don't like her politics, and I don't know, I just get the feeling the score is so low, and there were rumblings before the movie came out that people did not like Alyssa Milano starring in this film because of her politics. And they even went as far as to call on Nora Roberts to try to get Alyssa Milano removed from the project. But Miss Roberts wasn't having that, and she put people in their place and said she is fine with the actress adapting her film. And, you know, she quickly shut that down. So, but anyway, who knows? I don't know if the ratings are fair or true, or if it's based on her politics. Either way, I just wanted to mention that in case some people weren't aware. And if you're listening to my review, you're wondering why I brought that up. So I just wanted to mention the Nora Roberts issue just because I think those ratings are extremely low, and just it just makes me think it might be other issues at play here and influencing people's ratings and reviews. Anyway, okay, now I'm really gone, okay? Thank you for listening, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.